Welcome back to the channel where I talk, you listen. I am your host, Anonymous, and today we're going to be ranking the Bat family based off of how iconic they are. Yes, I am back again with another ranking here today. Let's go look at the ranking system. So we've got iconic, memorable, mid, and worm. Do I really need to explain any of that to you? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. First on the list, we got Batgirl here. Batgirl is super iconic, right? Right? Am I wrong? I mean, there's so many iterations of Batgirl that exist besides Barbara Gordon. I just think that she's probably the most iconic version of Batgirl. And then, she goes on to be Oracle or whatever, and then eventually she'll come back to be Batgirl. All of these different things. Batgirl has been introduced in a lot of different Batman TV shows. She was in the animated show, right? The animated Batman series. She was on The Batman. I remember that show very well, and I like that one. She became his first partner before Robin in that show, actually. Um, her costumes are fire. You can also be her in what's that game? The game without Batman, not Injustice. Yeah, something. I don't remember the name, but I did play it, and most people hated that game. But you know what? I liked it. Yeah, it's like you can't play as Batman in that game. That's fine. I mean, we're oversaturated with Batman at this point anyway. Batman movies, Batman video games, Batman comics, Batman everything, merchandise. I don't know. Yeah, she's iconic. Who's next? Okay, so next on the list we got Catwoman. Didn't realize that she was part of the Bat family. I knew that she was entangled with Batman, but are they part of the Bat family? You know who I'm missing from this list now that I think about it? Damian. I don't have Damian on this list. He's definitely part of the Bat family. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just Photoshop him in. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and do Catwoman. So Catwoman's definitely iconic. I think most of these people on this list are going to be iconic. I mean, what version of Batman doesn't have
She's
a
easily
Catwoman?
the
Right?
most
Manipulative, the most uh, stealthy, popular female character, right? In the entire series. The show with Jim Gordon. What was the name of that show? I remember Batman was a kid in that show, and Jim Gordon was like the main person from the series. Gotham, yeah. They had a version of her in Gotham, little young version of her in Poison Ivy, and then she was also in The Batman, and she also has her own movie with Holly Berry. So she's pretty iconic. And if she wasn't before, Holly Berry made sure she was. Next on the list, we have Batman himself. Let's just skip over this. I mean, we talked about this before in the Justice League video. Batman is iconic, like one of the most iconic, probably the top selling hero slash vigilante in all of DC. Anyway, I think it was like Spider-Man and Batman were like the top noticeable characters from both universes. I could be wrong, maybe it's Superman, but I think Batman. He's definitely had more movies for sure. More people have played him also. We got Tim Drake here. I think Tim is very cool. I think Tim has the best chances of becoming Batman and being like the best version of Batman. I think at some point he does become Batman in like one of the comic series. Maybe not. I know Nightwing does, but yeah, I think that he has one of the coolest Robin outfits, and then Red Robin, of course, which he eventually turns into, that, and yeah, I think that he's got some of the best attributes. And when I say that, I mean he's got Batman as a teacher, he's got Nightwing as a teacher, and he's got whoever else is around. And probably um, the most capable at a young age, besides Nightwing, of course, because he was like brought up in a circus. But yeah, Tim, he's got all the necessary requirements to be a good Batman. I think he's the most strategic and detective oriented like Batman. So yeah. Now is he an icon? I don't think so. I think that if you like him, he could be your favorite character. You know, but I don't think that he is as iconic as the rest. He's very memorable. Next on the list, we have my personal favorite, Nightwing. We talked about Nightwing a little bit already. He's definitely iconic. He's got his own comic book series that is still running, that is doing fantastic. He's got one of the best suits, one of the best transformations in all of the Robins, one of the best reasons for transforming. He wants to get away from Batman and be his own character, be his own thing. Definitely impressive and up there for replacing Batman. Like, one of my favorite versions of Dick Grayson is when he does become Batman in one of those animated movies, and then he's got Damian with him by his side. I think Bruce went missing or something, or it was either that he went missing or it was like around the time where like Bane broke his back and then they still needed Batman on the streets, but Bruce couldn't do it, so Dick Grayson did it, and that was a fun movie to watch. I like that. Yeah, nothing really bad to say about Nightwing. I wish they would put him in movies, like live action movies. Like the closest they've gotten to Nightwing is when in The Dark Knight they had Joseph Gordon-Levitt play Robin. Just his name was just Robin. I saw him in my own mind. I'm like, this guy could play Nightwing, and I really wish he would have, but we're past that now. So moving on. Next up, we got Harper Row here. I have no idea who this character is, what universe she is a part of. I do remember hearing about Harper in Young Justice, or I think that might be the same person, but I have no idea how she gets involved with Batman and his family. So for me, I'm just going to say she's mid. I don't even really like her outfit that much. I think that it's like, I don't know. She doesn't have like pointy horns like the bat or a cape. Next up, we have, who's that? Lucius Fox? Luke Fox? Lucius's son? I'm not gonna lie. I think he's kind of mid. Like he's basically the equivalent of Bat Iron Man, right? He's just a guy. He's just a guy in a suit. Now that sounds crazy. That sounds crazy considering all of these characters are basically just that. Now that I've said that out loud, maybe no, he's not memorable because I really don't know that much about him besides the fact that he's like been raised by Lucius, and that he is there sometimes. Like I've only seen him maybe once or twice, and again, I think it was in that same movie where Nightwing was Batman, and that was one of the only times that I saw him. And he was like flying around with like some like jet boosts on his wings or something like that. His bat suit's very technological. His bat suit's very technological, but I don't know that he has like the same skill set as the rest of the crew who have been like trained by Batman and trained by each other. So I'm just gonna leave him down there as mid. It's just like he's just another person that's in the group. And maybe that's also just for the simple fact that they haven't expanded too much on this character, so I don't really have too much to go off of. With that being said, moving on. Okay, now we're moving on to Batwoman. Again, Batwoman is. It feels like to me, Batwoman is a downgrade from Batgirl, and I know how that sounds because she's Batwoman and she's Batgirl. But like Batgirl was here first, right? And I think that Batgirl's a badass. I think Barbara Gordon as Batgirl is a badass. I've only seen Batwoman in one of the movies, or two of the movies, maybe, perhaps. Two movies, two animated films. I think her costume is fire. I think that her reason for being Batwoman is a little slated, right? Is she the character who wants to? No, 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 no. I'm thinking of like the other Batgirl. There's another Batgirl named Stephanie, I believe, who wanted to make her father mad. So she joined the opposing team. So yeah, I don't really know. I know, but I don't know. I just have to refresh my memory on the movie that she was in and why she became Batwoman. But also, I'm not gonna say that she's mid. I'm gonna say that she's at least memorable because I do remember her. Her suit does seem to be iconic, just for the simple fact that she's got that red hair. And then her suit also matches that red hair. I think that's fucking dope. So I'm gonna leave her there as memorable because she left an impact on someone somewhere, including me. Next up, my favorite. I don't give a rat's ass what any of you say. Orphan, Cassie Kane. Sorry, Cassandra Kane. Cassandra Kane has one of the coolest bat suits that I've ever laid eyes on. Her whole face is covered, even her mouth. That's dope. And I like her backstory. She doesn't talk. She's like mute or something, and has a traumatic backstory, I want to say. But she's definitely one of my favorite. I'm going to put her in memorable because I know she's not iconic. Not everyone thinks so. I don't think she's iconic because I can't even find a good wallpaper of this character anywhere. So she's definitely memorable. But to me, anyway, she's memorable. And I'm not going to disrespect the Bat family by saying that she's iconic because we don't know enough about her yet. So, yeah, she's good there with memorable because she leaves an impression on me. I think that she's one of the coolest Batgirls. Batman has a serious problem. He's just taking so many strays off the street. With that being said, next up we have Red Hood. Red Hood is iconic. He's really iconic because this man can show up in a film and just be dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like in Batman and versus Superman, they showed Bruce going up to his suit in the film, and if you knew who he was, then you understand the Easter egg. If you don't, then you probably just think that it's Dick Grayson who died, which in actuality it was not him in this version of the story. Yeah, so Red Hood is iconic. We've seen him in Titans. I hate that show. We've seen him a lot of the time. He plays both sides. I dig the fact that he shoots his enemies. You know, when he first comes back to life working under Ra's al Ghul, he's like killing people. That's awesome. People who do bad things should be murdered. If you live in Gotham, right? Yeah, they gotta go. And then I think that eventually, after he switched back to Batman's side, he used rubber bullets. But a bat family member that uses guns is always cool in my book. He's got that red mask, he's got that jacket. That jacket is so dope. Um, yeah, I think Jason Todd is a wild card, which also makes him cool. And I remember it being a big deal that he died because the fans decided what would happen to him. Like whether Batman was going to save him or Joker was going to kill him. Or Joker was going to kill him. I think that people just don't like Jason Todd as Robin, but as Red Hood, he's great. So yeah, um, there's that. Next on the list, we're here with Stephanie, who I was talking about earlier, who had left her family, her father, to become a good guy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't know anything about her. Not really. Just kind of looked up like the first few sentences of her description when I was getting these photos. I don't know anything about her, but I'm not going to say that she's a worm. I am going to say that she's mid because I don't really know too much about her and I don't see too many iterations of her being used at the moment. And I also don't think that I would really be into that character as much as I am Cassandra Cain. So that's just my reasoning. I think her outfit definitely fits in very well with the rest of the Bat family. That purple is nice. These guys be wearing like a lot of bright colors to be hiding in the shadows. That's all I'm saying. Then we have, of course, Huntress, which is memorable. She's definitely one of the most memorable children that Batman has had in his time. Again, we talked about her in the last video. Great outfit, great capabilities. The only character that I'm missing is Damien, I think. And I think I was missing someone else. Wait. Yeah. I know that I'm missing a few characters, but even still, I probably wouldn't even know what to say about them or where to place them, just for the simple fact that I don't know anything about them. So, yeah, this is my list. Let me know if you guys agree with this list. If you don't, please let me know why in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll see you in the next video. Show your boy some love. Peace.